step into a Slim Jim. Oh, yeah.
And this is A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages? It's your boy A, your girl B, A&B Combos Wrestling Edition. Okay, the dog is outside. Okay, I gotta get the dog. Okay, she locked the dog out the studio. The dog's like,
wasn't on purpose.
You know, I'm just saying. All right, come on, dog. Here we go. She's Bone Crusher.
I didn't mean
wanted.
to.
Wow, what a anticlimactic.
I'm sorry.
If you all want to see what I just had to
realize.
do, bring up our channel mascot.
I didn't realize you were locked out, baby.
For those that don't know, now you know. This is our channel mascot, the Shih Tzu Terrier of Terror, the one and only Bone Crusher. Look at her, huh?
She's so vicious.
Look at that girl. She wanted to make sure she didn't miss these predictions because let me tell y'all something. We got some things to talk about. We've seen Monday Night Raw's Go Home show, which was just a snooze fest. We got Smackdown coming up. The question is, what's going to go down at the biggest pay-per-view of the summer, SummerSlam? Well, it's not just going to be us. It's not just going to be her. And it's not going to be Bone Crusher. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, A&B Combos is proud to present to you one of the giants in the YouTube professional world of wrestling reviews, reactions, and overall entertainment.
He's so good, he had to make up a word to describe it.
Just Alyx of Alyx's World has decided to grace us with his presence one more again.
That's right, baby.
For these predictions, because he has got some stuff on his chest, Peck Papa Love, that he wants to get out. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I give to you Just Alyx. Woo!
Woo! Ladies and gentlemen, don't adjust your TV sets. Don't adjust your phones. Don't adjust your tablets. Your eyes will not deceive you. You're right, ladies and gentlemen. The best in the professional YouTube space. We got my boy A. He's standing tall. He's looking good. He ought to be in Hollywood. We got my girl B. She got style. She got finesse. And she's better than all the rest. And then, of course, last but not least, you got the host with the most. You got the leader of Alyx's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you, Alyx. Just Alyx.
Woo!
Woo! What's up, y'all?
Indeed. This is what I'm talking about right here, man. Now, the last time we did our prediction show, brother, we went long. I think we went like as long as a AEW pay-per-view, 4, 5, 6 hours.
Yeah.
We went deep. So the card isn't too terribly long. We won't take up too much of your time. We won't take too much of the people here. But before we get started, as always, we want to give a few shouts. B, if you would, are there any Mod Squad in the house?
Yeah, but can I just give you a shout out? Because that opening SummerSlam little thing you did was...
Oh, that was real quick.
Sorry. Sorry, I just...
Censored.
That's what
Censored.
Happens when I have the dog in my lap.
Censored. Bless you.
That opening actually to me had more buildup than the show for the pay-per-view with the music and stuff. I was like, dang, you making me feel emotional about this SummerSlam.
We had to get dramatic. We had to get dramatic with it.
Okay, Mod Squad, Wise Man, Jedi Knight 88, Jaden Winchester. Yes, let me see who else. Oh, want to acknowledge Dinglebop, been a member for a month. We'll throw that out there. Yeah,
Dinglebop.
yeah.
Welcome to that month
And
membership.
D Extreme Tate 824, Sophie Dophie. Is that all the Mod Squad up in here right now? That's all we need, baby. I just wanted to give y'all a shout out. Thanks, Mod Squad. Appreciate y'all.
I'm giving shouts right here, first in line, as far as I can tell, who gave Just Alyx a shout. It is the wise man himself, Jedi Knight 88. We acknowledge you. First in line with that fast pass, we got the Nation of Domination. Okay. We got the Nation of Domination.
I'm having allergies. I'm trying not to sneeze again.
Any part of that bass. The Extreme Tate 824. What's going on, buddy? We got Jaden Winchester in the house. What's going on? Kicking it with Leo. And of course, we got the OG Jody Bennett. Woo! What up, Jody? It's good to see you in here, man. I'm excited to talk about this. I want to talk about it with JR Dugan. Good to see you. Arcel World.
Hey, Arcel.
Oh, my goodness. Add Aiden, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. If I'm not, I apologize. And a crossover from Alex's World, Dylan Danger.
Yes, Dylan.
Yes, sir. Dylan Danger's up in the house. We appreciate you sticking with us, Dylan. And again, I apologize. I'm not going to be able to read all the comments just yet. We got a few more shouts, and we're going to talk about it. Zay,
hey, Zay.
What's going on, Zay? It's good to see you up in here. And we got Rickety, Brandon Thomas.
Brandon,
the
Rickety.
Three Kings. I think you might have acknowledged him. Christian Thomas, what's going
I did,
down?
but hey, Three Kings, and hey, Christian.
John Brooks, Imoni Bentley, Wilfredo Fernandez, Michael Tolbert, Greg Felty. We got some people in here. Pretty Richie. Yeah.
Hey, Richie, what up, Bo?
And of course, we got 850. Big boy. Yes, sir. All right. So,
John Brooks, teacher.
John Brooks. I think I said John
Okay.
Brooks. All right. Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
Kaleo does everything. That's
Kaleo does
also
everything.
someone from Alex's channel.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And you popped over here. We appreciate you, Vinny Iguakin, June Heat, Imoni Bentley. I think I might have said that. All right, folks. Let's get into this. And Just Alyx, here's what we're going to do, brother. We're going to give you the honor because this is your carryover birthday celebration, even though it was also an anniversary weekend for us. But you know what? You are the special guest. So you will be going first on these predictions, and we will rebut. Let me get that ticker up.
He said rebut like it's going to be an argument.
I'm not. He said he's got some takes. The brother said it. He said, I got some things. It's about to break the internet. I didn't say it. You know. You ready for this?
Living dangerously.
All right,
sir. Let's go.
We're going to keep the best for last. I'm going to mix it up a little bit because I don't exactly know how the card is going to go down. So why don't we do this? Let's start here. Here we go. Let's start here. Let's hit them hard. We got the Ring General Gunther going against the Scottish psychopath Drew McIntyre, somebody that we all know stepped away for a cool minute, and he has come back. Triple H said in that press conference he had to take care of some things, and there's some other things he wanted taken care of. Basically, they ironed out the kinks. He shows up because, you know, we talked about this. We were kind of like, I don't know, maybe not. Here he is. My question to you, sir: Gunther, Drew McIntyre, who you got and why?
I'm gonna keep it short and simple.
Uh-oh.
A month from now, Gunther is gonna make history, and he is going to topple the longest reigning IC champ, the Honky Tonk Man, reign as the longest IC champion ever in WWE history.
Sirs.
And currently, WWE is all about setting records. We saw it with Roman Reigns. I think they're going to do it again. Now, you did bring up something interesting with Drew McIntyre coming in, contract situation actually not being that different. He hasn't signed a new contract, and he's currently working under the same conditions, the same contract. And I think it's because he doesn't want anything to roll over, and he has to, work more dates than he has to.
Okay.
So until I hear otherwise, if he's leaving, and I mean leaving, they ain't putting anything on him. Should they put something on him? He is literally, I gotta remind people, he is the main event of WrestleMania 36. He beat Brock Lesnar in minutes. It's not one of those long matches. He beat him in minutes. Something that only a few people can say. This guy is a bona fide main event star. However, once again, we have to understand when we're working with WWE, if you're not all in, no pun intended, the corporate suits are not going to be behind you. And I do not think right now they're behind Drew. I think Gunther takes it, and I think the match is going to be excellent. I love the triple threat match at WrestleMania. Still to this day, my favorite triple threat match in terms of IC championships.
Yes.
That's number one. And this is going to be no different. But that's my thoughts. What's your thoughts?
Lay it on. Ladies first. Ladies first. Let me see what the people got to say.
Here's the thing. It's hard for me to understand why they would bring Drew back, not to give him a title shot, when he already had this. Like, Gunther's like, I already beat you. What are you doing back here again? So for him to lose again would be bizarre to me, unless he loses because of interference, which could cause this to go on further. The only way I think that Gunther would lose is if somehow, like, his dudes went to interfere and accidentally caused him to lose, and then it would be an issue between him and Kaiser. But Kaiser is not like ready to step to him, and I would only think they would take the belt off of him if they were about to try to put him in a run for like the main belt, because Gunther, I think everybody would love to see him and Roman go, and he has the domination. He has the what's it called? The crew, the faction. But I don't see him being charismatic enough to honestly take that place. And so I actually am going to go with you that I think that they are trying to set a record with Gunther, but then I hope that he wins via cheating, because otherwise it doesn't make sense to Drew that you would bring him back to replay the last match just for him to lose again. What did he come back for? To prove what? And you step to him again.
So you saying he's going to cheat? How dare you besmirch our ring and a hell? No, I'm just kidding. I love doing that. I love saying that. I hear you, and I have to agree with you. In this situation, as much as I would love to see him get the IC title, I do not believe that Drew at this time is destined for that championship. I really do believe that he is going to break the Honky Tonk Man's record. After seeing what I saw with Chad Gable, I got to be honest with you. if there was somebody that is going to get that title up off of him, I would sooner point to him. I'm telling you, Alpha Academy right now is in the zone.
Not for that. Not to take it off.
Oh, thank you.
Please.
Shush. They're in the zone.
Please.
They are in the zone. But that's neither here nor there. For now, I think this match is going to be fire. Absolutely. But I like the shenanigans. I absolutely like the shenanigans. I do not want to see a restart the match situation if there is. Yeah, my money is on Gunther to retain, and that's the bottom line. That's the bottom line.
So we all
I like
agree.
it. I'm gonna do something a little different. Let me just kind of give me a take of the room. I got a lot of Gunthers. Isabella, how are you? Gunther, Drew, Gunther, Drew, Drew, Gunther, Drew, Drew, Gunther, Drew. Interesting.
Very mixed.
The room is a little split.
But I would say there's more Gunther.
Gunther, yeah.
Okay.
Good night, Sophie Dophie. We appreciate you. And hang on, I gotta acknowledge our super chat champion of the world. With the first super chat. Well, technically, but it's wow.
Go ahead.
He's a super chat champion. 3 Diglets. What's going on, 3 Diglets? Welcome to the channel. Circle a message. Drew wins the match, but not the belt. Gunther is bae. Wait, did I just say that? Gunther is bae. All right.
That's great.
I feel like that's Tropic Thunder.
Wait, what?
What did I just hear? Lance.
Tell me he didn't just say that.
I mean, fair enough. Actually, I'm not mad at that either.
Yeah, that's
I'm not mad at that either.
Right, because the point is for Gunther to retain the title. Right.
I'm not mad at that either. But for me, the thing with Gunther is he, as you saw with Imperium, he's all about get that win, right? This is how they built this character. Get that win no matter the cost. So, and he did it with Chad Gable. He did not beat that 5-minute clock, restart the match. Apparently, wrestlers are just able to restart matches, but whatever. Restarted the match. It was that important to him, and he won.
Yeah.
So I like this 3 Diglets. I think it is more important to keep him looking as strong as possible to get that 1, 2, 3. But I'm digging it. Thank you very much, 3 Diglets. That is awesome.
You. Thank you, 3 Diglets.
All right, so let's go over here. Let's choose. Oh, I know. Oh, I already know. This right here, Just Alyx secretly is his favorite. Come on now. You already know. I heard the groan of approval. That was the groan of approval. Ladies and gentlemen, we got the social media juggernaut that is Logan Paul coming up against the high-flying tactics of Ricochet. And as we saw on Monday Night Raw, Logan Paul done brought his woman into this. Done pulled Samantha Irvin into this as if she's not, busy already. Got her hands full with Mommy Rhea and everything. She's involved in a triangle.
Oh gosh.
But Logan Paul had to go ahead and do that. My question to you, regardless of how we all feel, I think we collectively can agree how we feel about Logan Paul personally. Professionally, I will say he has shown up and shown out every time he stepped into the ring. I'll give him credit for that.
Sure, whatever.
I'll give him credit. Well, I can give credit where credit is due. My question to you, sir, who you got?
This is actually a hard match to predict. I'm thinking this would be a great opportunity to really establish Ricochet. And I think ever since he came to the main roster in 2019, please correct me if I'm wrong, the only thing he's really done of note is win the U.S. title. I think he won the IC title too. I don't remember, but he's won a couple of titles for a cup of coffee. And he never really had that feud, main feud to make us go, Ricochet is here. He is a star. When you turn on Raw or you see him on SmackDown, this guy is going to be the highlight of the night. And I think this is just me. This might have been that feud. I think everything they've done together from their first meeting where Ricochet pulled the NXT 360 out of the ring and landed on his 2 feet to the vignettes to the promos. I think overall, I've enjoyed the build to this.
Mm-hmm.
I've enjoyed the build to this, despite who's in it. And it's really easy for Ricochet to do his thing when Logan Paul is the heat magnet. It's almost like we are gifting him the perfect babyface role. And if this match ends up being as good as I think it is, and spoiler alert, this could be match of the night. Controversial take number one. I think this is going to steal the show. I think these two are going to go out there and do some things we have not seen before because both of them are excellent athletes. And because Ricochet is the ring general in this case, he's going to be leading the match, helping Logan Paul. And they're going to be doing some things that we probably haven't seen since Prince Puma. So if it goes as awesome as I think it is, nothing's going to follow it. And I'm going to probably be discussing Logan Paul having a potential. No, not going to say it. No, I'm not going to say it.
No, Hulk Hogan.
He's going to he's going to have a potential match of the year candidate with Ricochet at SummerSlam. God damn it! What is happening right now? Why is it that we live in a world where Logan Paul could have a match of the year candidate? What is wrong with this roster? What are y'all doing? Step your shit up! God damn it!
Let me ask you this question. I think that because of that one spot that they had, we all know the flip onto the table that didn't go quite as planned, and whatever happened backstage, whether that was planned or not, whatever, it doesn't matter. It looked great. I think they want to come into this and rectify that, knowing what they're capable of and knowing that it didn't go quite to plan. Do you feel that's another reason why this could potentially be the match of the night? Like they want to right that wrong?
They definitely have chips on their shoulder. We talked about, matter of fact, you guys discussed Britt Baker and Taya Valkyrie not that long ago. When you have that type of reputation and you're getting all the hate online for it, you're already thinking to yourself, okay, the next time we have this match, it needs to be the best goddamn performance we have. And a lot of these wrestlers, and trust me, I have my share of, and gratefully saying this, I have my time speaking to wrestlers, and one thing I know in common, the last thing they want is to be known, like their last match, to be known as, that's the worst match I've ever seen. So next time, when they have that next match, it has to be fire. So I agree. I do think that's going to light a fire under both of them, and they're going to give us their best performance so far, and that's just my opinion.
So who did you have in this match?
Yes.
I'm gonna go ahead and pick.
Don't say it.
Well, it sounds like based on that.
Are you about to say it?
Look. Okay. Real talk. The reason I'm not going to pick Ricochet is simply because if he was to win, that would instantly put him in line for a title shot. And right now, there are no titles open. Everything's locked up. Everybody else is in line. So I think because of that, they're going to have Logan Paul, who honestly hasn't won a match since.
That's what I was thinking too. He hasn't won one.
Yeah.
Since last SummerSlam?
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's right. Yeah.
So I think it's a safe bet that Logan Paul is going to win this one.
Okay. Dear?
I agree. It would be weird for them to have him come out just to lose every fight always. Like you got to be contracted in there to get a W or two. I agree that it will probably be the match of the night. I'm super excited. Ever since they had the first viral moment in the Money in the Bank, I wanted. Oh, was it SummerSlam? That was Money in the Bank when they had the viral moment where they.
Oh no, that was Money in the Bank.
It was
right?
Money in the Bank, I believe. Yeah. And I've been wanting to see them in a match ever since then. It was funny because I watched Logan's podcast and he interviewed Seth Rollins, and just watching that interview, I think that it softened me to him a little bit. Not that I'm about to be like a fan, because that's not realistic either. But I feel like I understand what he's saying. Like his co-host was saying, like everybody else is going out there and they're putting on Macho Man or Undertaker or Seth Rollins. You're putting on a personality, and people either don't like your personality, and if they hate you, they're hating your character. He's Logan Paul. These people are hating Logan Paul, the person. And so he took it really personally at first and was like having a really hard time with it. And then was like, well, they're reacting to you. They're hating you. That's what you want. And he just has to get over the fact that people really do hate him, and just try to kind of just play with the character. And once he did that, and he was saying that he's also such a huge fan of WWE now, that he didn't watch it growing up, but that now, like, he watches every single show, no matter where he's at, and that he really follows it as a fan. And I was just thinking, I believe that because of how hard he's working and how he's studying the craft. And that I think that there's plenty of people who didn't come from the wrestling world and it wasn't even their goal, but we didn't know them to have a preconceived notion. And then there's people like The Miz and Logan who come in, and I don't like Logan as a person because of what he's doing to be famous. Not because he's using YouTube to be famous, because so are we, not to be famous, but to get out there. But, like what he has done isn't anything I respect. But I understand that as far as, how hard that must be for everyone to hate you as a person instead of just this character that you're playing. And so I was just trying to help me ease in on him, because I want to be able to enjoy the match and put all that out of my head and not, you know what I mean? Because he is good in the ring, just like Bad Bunny. We felt some type of way when we saw Bad Bunny and we thought it was a total waste. And then he came out there and he has shown, that last match, there was no reason for him to let nobody hit him with weapons. Well, you know what I mean? Like, you're about to go perform, you're making all this money, you don't need this at all. But you just wanted to give it your all because you really want to do that. And so I don't know. He's already almost broken his neck twice and he's still giving it his all. So like he said, on some level, you got to respect some of that. So I try to kind of diffuse and just be like, okay, let me put all how I feel about all that aside and just look at these two people and what I've seen. And I feel like Logan is going to pull this out, but I agree that it will also be the match of the night.
Okay, so Logan Paul for you. I got to say, what's at stake here? Like you said, there's no title on the line.
Body at stake.
There's body
by stake.
What potentially could there be in the future? If Logan Paul is just going to be a pay-per-view wrestler and he'll just stop in on the occasional Raw or what have you, do we see a potential for championship in the future for this guy? I can't imagine they just use him on pay-per-views to create feuds with just random people. There has to be more of a payoff for this. I think Ricochet is due, like you said. He's finally getting his comeuppance a little bit. Personally, what I want to see before I give my prediction is the fact that he did bring Samantha Irvin into this. I love it when they pull people into stuff that ordinarily have nothing to do with the match. I would love for some way, somehow, when Logan Paul does in fact win, and perhaps when Ricochet is beaten and battered, maybe even bleeding, I don't know, and you have Logan Paul kind of pressing and forcing Samantha Irvin to announce who the winner is, maybe even goading her into the ring, kind of a thing. I would love to see her get involved in this match. I would love to see her maybe slap the taste out of Logan Paul's mouth, because we all want to see that.
Oh, that would be great if she
quite
slapped
frankly,
him.
just for good measure. Because look, you called her out. on Raw. You didn't have to do it, bruh, but you did. I would love to see it. I think it would give that mwah to the end of that match. But yes, I do believe at the end of this, Logan Paul is due for a win. You know, it's going to have to be at the expense of. But like I said many times, when you have a match, when you have guys of this caliber, there are no winners or losers if everybody shows up and shows out. Even if you lose the match, I mean, it's one of those situations where it's like, dude, you just put your heart and soul into this thing. Congratulations to both of you guys. That's what I want to see.
Well, Logan also on that same show said that his like dream match was with Ricochet.
Well, they better.
And that was before they booked this.
They better come with it. They better come with it. And I got a super chat right here by 3 Diglets who's got something to say about it right here. Circle, message. You know what? I would hate Prince Puma to lose this one, but Logan has lost every single match he has been in, I think. Is it his time to rack up a dub? And I say, yes, it is. I think we all collectively can agree on that. What do you think, Alex? Yeah?
Absolutely. You got to keep him credible somehow. You can't keep coming back and losing because then it becomes diminishing returns. You know what I mean?
Exactly. Exactly. So I think it's about that time. And Ricochet can take the L. He can take the L and he can keep it ticking. So I'm good with that. All right. So let's move on to this one right here. Let's go with the ladies.
Okay.
This one has piqued my interest. It didn't until I started seeing these promos. It didn't until I saw Shayna come out here and cut that promo. Because we've seen many people over the years turn on their partner. It's very typical. What I like is you use some reality in your stuff. And it just gives that feeling of weight that this is really legit. And I like that because, again, the whole premise of pro wrestling is draped in kayfabe. Make me believe what I'm watching. And right now, for the first time, I believe in the feud of these two women, Ronda Rousey, Shayna Baszler, going at it one-on-one. Just Alyx, how about it?
Is it better I'm not going to miss Ronda when she leaves?
Nah. Hey. Goodbye.
Hey, look, when Ronda first debuted in 2018, I was one of the many people singing her praises. She had one of the best debut matches out of anyone that's coming in outside of wrestling, and this is their first time inside the ring. That was an awesome match. It was her, Kurt Angle, Triple H, and Stephanie. I remember it. And it felt like that first run, she was really taking the women's division to a high level, and they may have been WrestleMania that year. She really brought a lot of notoriety. So when she left, and then, of course, she returned, I was thinking, okay, Ronda coming back is going to bring the women back to that level. She's never been back to the same level it was. It feels like every single time I see her, she phones it in the ring, on the microphone. This last year, since she's been back, has been some of the most lackluster performances I have ever seen. It's almost like, well, clearly she's back for the paycheck, yeah, but don't make it so obvious that it really comes across through the screen and it hurts literally everything that you do. So if Ronda's not in it, if her heart's not in it, and she's just doing it, bye, Ronda. Go back to UFC, go back to MMA. Go do something that'll make you happy because this ain't it no more. In terms of the match, I did see it was MMA rules. I have no idea what that's going to look like. Hopefully it's something good, but clearly Ronda's going to put over Shayna. There has not been an indication whatsoever that that's going to go the other way. I'm not even going to entertain the idea of Ronda beating Shayna. That would be dumb. I think Shayna, if she's going to stay, if she's going to be that sawn-off monster she was in NXT, which please, for the love of God, bring that back. God, I miss NXT Black and Gold. Anyways, if that's going to be the case, she needs to absolutely massacre Ronda. And I'm talking like Holly Holmes massacre. Yeah, remember that? I hope so.
Yes, we do.
Just saying. But yeah, I think this is really easy. Everyone, and even in the live chat here, is saying what I'm saying. Shayna wins. Simple as that.
Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of Shayna here. Let me get to a quick super chat before you give your prediction. 3 Diglets again, super chat champion. Shayna, of course. And when Ronda goes back to UFC, I hope Ronda takes back that UFC title. Yeah, I said it. He said it. He said it. I want to answer that. But first, to be, the floor is yours.
Thank you, 3 Diglets. All right, so I absolutely agree. Once again, Shayna is going to win this. She's putting her over. But the fact that Ronda actually cried while she was talking about this, and then I did not know that she was her Padawan. And I was sitting here like, this is like the Karate Kid Ralph Macchio fighting Mr. Miyagi. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's kind of crazy. And then the fact that Shayna got all emotional and like, that's my goddaughter and she's never going to forgive me for what I'm going to do to her mother. I was like, yep, that's what I'm talking about. Like, take it to the outside like that. Like, you finally took this to. First of all, I just wanted to see him fight because it looked like it was going to be good. But now you put so much more weight behind it that I'm excited for it.
All right. Looking at the tail of the tape, I got Shayna, Ronda, Shayna all day. From Dinglebop. Pretty Richie's got Shayna. JR's got Shayna. Shayna. I got Shayna.
I said Pretty Richie didn't say Shayna.
Pretty Richie, Miss Baszler. Shayna Baszler.
Oh, okay. My bad. My bad.
Shayna Baszler.
I was like, that doesn't say Shayna. You're right. They just say Baszler.
Shayna, Queen of Spades. Brandon's Who Cares About Ronda Rousey? Facts. Interesting. A lot of Shaynas. I hear you in the chat. Just Alyx, I hear you over there.
Here we go.
My love, I hear you.
Uh-oh. Do it.
But I gotta disagree with y'all, homeboy.
There it is.
I gotta disagree with
the first one of the stream. You love it. You love to see
it. Here's the deal. MMA rules. What I'm hoping for is like the return of Raw Underground, if you will, that they did on NXT. I don't know if y'all caught it. I don't know if you caught it, Alyx. Raw Underground was trash. It had potential. It was absolute trash. When we watched it on NXT, they kind of righted the wrong a little bit. It wasn't full-on UFC, but it was definitely a step above what they did on Raw Underground. That's what I'm hoping for this MMA rules match. We know Shayna Baszler can go. We know NXT Black and Gold Shayna Baszler can go. We know full good and well when Ronda Rousey is in her zone in the UFC, what she can do. That's proven. Her last 2 matches, not so much. Everybody has their time. I'm hoping that they do not pull any punches. I'm hoping that we see some legitimate hits, some firm hits, some, oh my gosh, is she dead moments. This is the sadistic side of me that I want to see. But what I also believe is going to happen is I do not feel like this is a one and done situation. I think it is too easy to say that Shayna Baszler is going to win this. We've seen it a lot of times, like with Raquel or whatever, you call out somebody and then you get your butt handed to you. I think in this situation, I think we will see a decent match. I think we will see Shayna rock Ronda's world. But I ultimately think that Shayna, and you hear me saying this, is going to tap to Ronda Rousey in the end, carrying this feud on just a little longer.
You know, Miss Baszler actually has a YouTube channel where she shows people how to get out of all submission moves.
All the more reason why the tap will be that much more painful of a pill to swallow.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a, it's like with Cody.
Maybe Dakota comes out and throws in the white towel.
It's like, yeah, that's, gosh, this is not Chase U. It's just like Cody coming back and everybody thought Cody was going to be the shoo-in and it just didn't happen. And we kind of had to pivot a little bit. To me, it's the same thing. It seems like it's what's supposed to happen and it should. It really should, especially if you're the one that turned on your partner. You're the one that's burning her with these promos. I just feel it's not going to go that way. So that's my take. That's my take.
Gotcha.
Let me get a few more, and then we're gonna move on.
The swerve.
Should be 6-sided. That'd be nice.
That's the first one we didn't agree on altogether. That's the first one.
I had to do it.
Hey, Captain America, thank you for your service.
Thank you for your service. Wow, Ronda going to break her arm. Ronda, Anthony Diaz. Interesting. A lot of Shayna's above, but then we got some Rondas. Okay. All right. Well, how about this? How about this one? Talking about breaking some arms.
Mm-hmm.
Let's go right here. Speaking of, the returning son, the prodigal son, returns to WWE. The American Nightmare. My son, Cody Rhodes, came here to avenge the Rhodes name, Daddy. And he's going to take it to that big, nasty beast, Brock Lesnar. My question is, are we going to right the wrongs that the beast has wrought upon him? Let us not forget, this turn came out of nowhere. He stepped on his neck with all of his weight. We have no explanation as to why this has occurred. We have our beliefs. My question to you, Just Alyx, and to the people watching at home, is Cody Rhodes coming away with a clean victory, or will the beast march on, fly Cody via F5 into Suplex City and rack up that win? What do you say, sir?
I'm gonna need you guys to give me the floor here for a second. You might want to scoot back just a little bit because look here. Yeah, that's good. That's good right there. That's good.
All right.
Guys, look. I'm gonna go in hard for a little bit, but I do want to turn this around positive for Cody, because I think this will be the night we finally say, okay, he's ready. With that said, whose idea was it following Cody Rhodes losing at WrestleMania, which, by the way, and I'm still going to say it, was the right decision. I don't care what anyone wants to do. They want to cry about it. You'll be okay. Okay? It was the right decision to have Cody lose, because a lot of people now are more invested in him to get that title more than ever, because he lost at WrestleMania.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Prove me otherwise. Tell me when I'm telling lies. Anyways, so despite otherwise, they decided we are going to pay Cody Rhodes for 4 months to show up on Raw, get his ass kicked, come out the next week, do a promo. I will fight the beast. The next week, Brock Lesnar shows up. Guess what happens? Gets his ass kicked. The next week, guess what happens? Cody Rhodes, I will fight the beast. 4 months of the same rerun over and over and over. Oh, yeah, by the way, 2 pay-per-view matches on top of that. 50-50 booking. Look at that. 4 months of Cody getting absolutely embarrassed, absolutely destroyed by Brock Lesnar. Embarrassed. Now, any other person that has gone through this booking, I would have absolutely lost it over. Because remember, I don't know if you guys remember this, Seth Rollins got this exact same booking in 2019. It killed him. It absolutely murdered his championship run. It did. Part of the reason why it didn't work. But for some reason, this is where I turned around. Cody Rhodes, despite all of this terrible booking, has still stayed over. Every time he comes out, he gets literally one of the biggest reactions in wrestling today. It went from being the whoa to literally everyone, they're literally singing the lyrics to his song now. Now, to be fair, the UK did it better, but still, like, every time he comes out, everyone's like singing it word for word. He's getting more and more and more over. And then I saw his documentary. I don't know if you guys saw it yet. I saw it. One of the best documentaries that WWE has ever done, by the way. Big plug. And after seeing it, and after them literally telling his entire story, including his AEW run, I'm like, whoa, they mentioned AEW too? That was when I went, I think we're about to see them give it to Cody. And when I say give it to Cody, I mean give him a win against Brock Lesnar. And which then would set up, and I'm hoping this happens sooner than later, him becoming the big guy. I think when he beats, and I say when because it will happen, it better happen, when he beats Brock Lesnar at SummerSlam, that will be the moment. A moment that I didn't feel before WrestleMania, but that will be the moment where I go, okay, it's time to give him the belt. But it has to be, and this is the important part, and I'll let you go after this. It has to be decisive. It has to be definitive. It needs to be a clean, no bullshit victory over Brock Lesnar. One where people went down. Cody completely slayed the beast. He is the guy now. And if you do that for Cody, no questions asked. It's only a matter of time before they give him that top spot. And I'll talk about who he beats for it later on, but I think Cody picks up a victory against Brock Lesnar, and he is your next face of WWE. What do you think?
2 questions real quick. One, if that is the case, what is the future for Brock Lesnar? And 2, what then is that Rhodes to the Undisputed Championship for Cody? How does he get there?
So let's talk about Brock. I do think he has unfinished business with multiple people. One being Bobby Lashley. We won't be seeing him on the pay-per-view, but we will be talking about him in the future. I don't know if you guys have been talking about him in the Hurt Business. Well, I can't say Hurt Business right now, but with the Street Profits and Mello. So that's something to look out for. There's unfinished business with him. Everybody wants him to fight Gunther, which will happen. I'm letting you know right now. That's going to happen because they teased it at Rumble. And whatever else they decide to do, he's winding down his career. Yeah, he's winding it down. And if this is going to be, I don't know. I say it'll be his last run. But if it ends up being his last run, what a run this has been. Cowboy Brock has been a joy. Like, outside of his feud with Cody, which is the worst thing he's done so far, by far, without question. He's been an absolute joy. And he is easily the best he's ever looked, the best he's ever been. And what a way to close out his illustrious career, if that's the case. Now, in terms of Cody, that's a good question because everyone's thinking, oh, yeah, he'll go to WrestleMania next year. Do we really want to wait till WrestleMania to give Cody the belt? I don't. You make it very predictable if you do that because you already know, all right, if we wait till WrestleMania, he's winning the Rumble, so why even care about anyone else? Because that kills the Rumble match. So we already know what the WrestleMania match is. And so now the story that they have to tell to get us there, it needs to be pristine. With Vince McMahon in charge, it ain't happening. So I'm a bit worried that if they wait till WrestleMania, the fans might turn on Cody. And I mean that. Like, if people were saying, well, it's not going to happen now. Well, 8 months is a long time away. Could he still be on top by that point? Sure. Their best bet, if I was to book, Roman Reigns won the belt at Payback. Why not lose the belt at Payback? Something to think about.
Yeah.
I mean, they always talk about, well, Cody's on Raw. Who gives a damn? They had Seth Rollins defending the world title that was exclusive to Raw and NXT. No one cares about the draft. Does anyone care about the draft? No. Okay. But, like, they'll just do something, have Cody go to SmackDown and have him fight Roman at Payback. I would be okay with that. Why not Survivor Series?
Okay.
Yeah.
So, something to think about.
I mean, once again, completely agree. I mean, I just don't disagree with you tonight, man.
Me on the same page. I like it.
Because here's the thing, dear. If you let Brock win this, you are doing a Lana to him. You are absolutely doing a Nia Jax to Lana situation. You might as well have Brock lift his leg and piss on the man on the way out. You cannot have him lose this match and realistically be going towards the title. You can't, because then why are we going to believe that he could beat Roman if he couldn't beat Brock when Roman beat Brock? It just would change the trajectory of his going in that direction. How he's going to get there, it may not be a straight line, but it's going that way. If Brock wins, it turns him completely around to me. He'll just look like a punk.
Wow.
Oh, no. Don't do it, eh? Don't do it. No.
You better not.
He gonna do it.
I gotta disagree with you.
God, man.
I gotta disagree with you.
What would Cody get out of that?
Really? Oh my God.
You would destroy Cody.
I hear
He
you.
can't even recover from that.
That would kill
Here's
Cody's
my prediction
momentum.
for the match.
Oh.
I didn't say Brock was winning. I just said I disagree.
Okay.
What?
Here's what I'm saying. I don't know if Brock is truthfully in the absolute. I mean, okay, let me say this. Is he in the twilight of his career? Most likely, yes. Can Brock still go? Absolutely. McMahon was in charge with Nia Jax and Lana.
Mm-hmm.
We keep going back there because it's a fair comparison in that for 9 weeks straight, she was put through a table for no apparent reason with no payoff. It just happened. It was just a thing that continued to happen under McMahon's watch. I don't really care how McMahon feels about Cody Rhodes. I don't care if he flew him out to Stanford. I don't care if he flew to his house. I don't care. Aside from the injury, the pectoral injury, who knows where we would be with Cody right now if it wasn't for that. But that was what it was. McMahon shows back up on the scene and things take a dramatic turn for Cody Rhodes. Cuts some great promos, gets the crowd over. People are still in love with him. Fantastic. This thing with Brock came out of nowhere. Yeah. We have no explanation, just like with Lana, no explanation as to why it happened. And truth be told, Brock isn't the kind of guy to let stuff go necessarily. Like you said, he's got some unfinished business with some other people. What I see happening here, and it's going to kind of suck because we've seen a little history with some endings to Brock matches that were a little controversial. Mm-hmm. I think that Cody does need a clean, decisive, absolutely slay the beast situation. I think we may get a fight. I think we may get some weapons hot. I think Brock is going to look for the quick win, to try to torture, to try to get the Kimura lock, to do whatever he's got to do. When I saw those two guys stare each other down, I saw a twinge of fear in Cody's eyes, that he even doubts himself. Again, we're staying in the kayfabe of this, that he doubts himself. Can I really overcome this? I think this is not going to end with either person winning. I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's going to end kind of similar to Baron Corbin and
disqualification.
Double disqualification. I think we may see. I don't think anybody's hand is going to get raised in victory in this match.
You think?
I hate to say it. I hate to say it. I really do. I don't feel like this is over. I don't feel like SummerSlam. It should be it. It should be the exclamation point on this. I am simply saying that with all the beatdowns that he's incurred, and how many times have Brock and Cody, this is going to be how many times they fought now?
4.
This is number 2?
Yeah. No, this is their 3rd time.
Yeah, this is the 3rd one.
This is the rubber match, right?
Yeah.
Double DQ. Double DQ. Right. I don't see Cody overcoming this at this moment because it's too easy.
Well, and the reason why I think you might be right is it's weird to me that we're doing a rubber match and we don't have a stipulation. Like that part I didn't bring up at all. And I was thinking about all matches to not have a stipulation. Bull rope match, last man standing, a steel cage match, anything to get the throwback to the American Dream. But nah, we just did another match. And I thought that was weird. When you say what you said, and knowing that Ari Emanuel loves the UFC fighters, because you know who's in charge now is not going to be Vince for long.
Yep.
I'm not going to sit here and say that that's not a possibility. They're not going to have Cody lose. That's not going to happen. But if they wanted to get out of it without having either one lose, dang, that's going to piss people off. But that would be the way to do it.
Because think about it, like you said, with the NXT Bash at the Beach, a lot of those matches had, certain, like this was a weapons anywhere match. This was, you know what I mean? Like there was specifics to it. You have for the first time 2 MMA people that they never really played up their MMA side. They might have done some stuff a little bit, some submission holds, but they never really played into the MMA portion of their background. Sonya Deville also has an MMA background. Riddle has an MMA background. It was never played up, but it just so happens to be played up now at SummerSlam. Okay, we got a tribal combat match. Okay, we got a triple threat match where you don't have to pin your opponent to win the title. Okay, but just like with Baron Corbin, there were no stipulations. It went like you had 2 guys who just got into it and it just spilled over and ring the bell, DQ, that's it. I think Cody will look good because he's going to look like I'm not backing down and he's sticking it to him. If you remember when Brock and Taker, when they were started doing their thing and they had everybody coming out to pull him aside and Taker was screaming at the top of his lungs and Brock was turning beet red. I don't think we've seen the end of the story yet.
Right.
Wow.
I don't think we've seen the end of the story yet. Yeah, I think a double DQ. Controversial. Didn't see that coming. Huh? Controversial.
I did.
Yeah, I feel it.
That's for sure. But I
love
feel
it. We're gonna do the Battle Royal last because I'm not sure who all is in it. I don't know if you do. I know you said LA Knight is in there. I don't know who all is in this thing.
So as of right now, the only people I know are, I think it's only 5. LA Knight's one of them, and then Shinsuke, Tommaso Ciampa, and then both Otis and Chad Gable. That's all I know.
Okay. We're going to save that one for last.
Okay.
I want to ask about this one. I don't think I did this yet. I'm not mistaken.
Oh, you haven't.
But we have right here Monday Night Rollins, the visionary, the revolutionary, the architect, Seth freaking Rollins against, not the demon Finn Balor, just regular Finn Balor. But he is a little ornery. And he's got this whole little thing going on with Damian right now. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. Alex, your thoughts.
So here comes my second controversial take.
Please bring it.
And this is going to be interesting because this involves the Money in the Bank. And I've been thinking about how they're going to get out of this while protecting everyone involved. Because, look, let's just call it like it is. Seth Rollins is hurt. I think he's been working her for a while now, but he's dealing with a lot of back issues. And he even said on the Logan Paul podcast that he might require some surgery, but it's hard for him to take time off when he's literally the world champion right now. It's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I could take time off, but what's to say I'll get back here? Like, what do we do? Yeah. So he's in a very interesting position right now. And regardless of what he ends up doing afterwards, I have a feeling, and this is where I get in trouble, I think Judgment Day is taking that belt. Now, notice I said Judgment Day. Now, this is where it's going to get crazy.
Okay.
I do think we're going to get a cash in. Okay?
Ooh, wow.
I think it's happening during the match, but I don't think it's going to go down the way you think it's going to go down. Because I've been watching this storyline for a minute, and I was thinking to myself, what would be a way to have us do this thing without, really, really screwing up Judgment Day? Because I've been talking to people, Judgment Day ain't going nowhere. Because I was thinking they're going to break them up. They're about to break them up. Damian Priest is going to get rid of Finn Balor. No, they're about to be together for a while. A while. So then I thought, what would be the one way they can do something and maintain their friendship? And I thought to myself, what if they had Damian Priest cash in during the match, lay down for Finn Balor, and then Finn wins the belt that way? You
what?
Seth,
If
Seth
you cash
Rollins,
in, you could join a match?
right.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it had to be a new match. I didn't know you could join an already match.
Are you telling me this will be a triple threat?
It will turn into a triple threat. It won't be immediately, but it will eventually turn into one where Damian does the thing for his team, lays down for Finn Balor. Finn wins the belt. You protect Seth, and Seth now has a rematch ready to come for him when he comes back because he didn't lose the belt the right way. And Finn Balor then goes on to actually have a reign, which he never got. What has the storyline been? The storyline has been Seth Rollins' career fell off 7 years ago when he never got a chance to run with the Universal title because he got hurt. Now, who's going to be hurt this time? Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins is going to leave, and now Finn gets to stay and have the reign he never got. And it'll be because Damian Priest gave it to him, because Damian Priest is all about brotherhood, because that's what he's been saying. That would be a hell of a way to go about it.
Wow.
And it's a great way to establish. Now, this prediction is out of left field. I don't think anyone's going to see this coming, which is why I think it is going to happen. Because what does everyone think? What is everyone going to say? Finn Balor's going to win, and then Damian Priest will cash in on him. That's what everybody, I don't know what y'all are going to say, but that's what everyone's going to say. And you might be right. But what if he cashes in and helps Finn win the belt? And then Judgment Day gets closer, and then we just get a fucking tyranny run with Judgment Day just taking over Raw, taking over NXT with Dom as the champ, and then taking over SmackDown whenever the hell they want them on SmackDown, although they're Raw talent. Regardless, I feel like however they do it, Seth is losing that belt. Homeboy's hurt. He needs time off. And Finn will be your next world heavyweight champion. That's just my opinion.
Wow. Talk about shaking things up.
Yeah.
I see some super chats, but I want to get a quick take before B gives her take on it. I got Seth, Finn, Seth,
Wow.
freaking Rollins, Seth. Purge says Damian Priest will cash in. Fareed's got Seth. Zay's got Seth. The Extreme Tate's got Finn. Dinglebob Seth. A lot of Seths going on right now. I'm going to say it. I feel if Finn is winning. Damian cashes in. And Three Diglets has a super chat.
Ooh.
Let's talk about this right here. Biggest single super chat of the night. Right here to our super chat champion. Circle. Message. Seth raises his belt in a hard-fought victory. Lights go out. Lights go back up. Judgment Day on the floor. What the hell's going on? By God, son of a... Lights go out again. Horror screech from the depths of heck. Lights back up. It's La Fiend. La Fiend. La Fiend. He's here. By God, the Fiend is here.
That's a lot of prediction in there.
I thought mine was crazy.
I love it.
Yeah.
I absolutely love it. If he is to truly come back, I would love to see that in that kind of scenario. I don't know. Because we all know he feels some type of way about Vince. I don't know. But I love it. And I would pay good money to see that go down. Thank you, Three Diglets, for that single largest super chat of the night thus far. Go ahead.
Oh, I mean, honestly, Judgment Day was on 4 times last week. They were on every show.
Yep.
I wouldn't have been surprised if I'd have seen them in AEW. Like, what is going on? So I completely agree that Finn is about to win, right?
Yeah.
I agree that. I just thought that he would just hold on to the briefcase a little while longer and, start teasing going after Roman or something, because I still think that even though they've split up the bloodline, that it still would be, if they would bring a freaking female, a strong female into the bloodline, which it's time to do to match stuff up, that the Judgment Day and the bloodline is a feud that we still need to see. And that would be a road to that. So I guess I was just thinking that all 4 of them would be holding something. And then that they would work towards doing a feud between them and the bloodline that's back.
So who do you got?
Finn.
Okay.
But I didn't. But I don't know about Damian, his part. But that would be so to do. If that happens, Alex, that's a crazy prediction to get right.
I love it. I got a quick mention from YouTube fan. Hi, A and B combos. Love your channel. Heart emoji. Enjoy your day. Just show some love for that super chat. Thank you, YouTube fan, very, very much. If I may follow up with that and what you said, I wholeheartedly love everybody's takes. I even very much love Three Diglett's take on this. My take is simply, yes, Finn will win. I think he will win clean. I'm sure there'll be some kind of, Damian briefcase thing, stuff going on. You have your Judgment Day general. Let's just call it what it is. Mommy Rhea. The whole thing with Judgment Day is we don't have a leader. We got a leader.
Oh, yeah, they do.
Okay, and her name is Rhea Ripley. But she was the one telling the boys to knock it off, come together.
Put everyone in line.
I think we are lining up, and I wouldn't have maybe not have thought this had Dirty Dom, not won the North American Championship. They're lining up the entire Judgment Day, like you said. They're going to be around for a minute. I love the legitimate story between Seth and Finn.
Especially teasing that briefcase for a while.
They brought it back around. I personally would love to see the tension between Finn and Damian, with Finn standing by Damian. Finn has the title. Damian still has the briefcase, knowing good and well at any moment I could take this thing and cash in on you, even though he is about the brotherhood.
And Finn could be all paranoid. It could be a great story.
And he might try to cash in. We've seen it. I don't think it'll be successful. My hope is that at the end of SummerSlam, we turn on Monday Night Raw. We see North American champion, heavyweight champion in Rhea Ripley, senior Money in the Bank, and newly crowned heavyweight champion Finn Balor, all lined up. That's what I want to see.
I mean, they're pushing that faction.
And as the time goes on, that tension, this animosity builds up. I love seeing people who are paranoid, like they used to do with the 24/7 title, always looking over your shoulder. Are they coming for me? They're coming for me. Finn is always like, okay, Damian, I don't know. You're standing by me, but I don't trust you, bro. You go first. Don't walk behind me with that briefcase kind of a thing. I'd love to see it. Maybe it comes to a head at Survivor Series. I don't know. That's my take. But I think we all collectively agree Finn is winning.
Yeah. But don't you agree that the Judgment Day and the Bloodline was something that we really needed to see? I mean, if they could just bring any dominant female member of the Bloodline, just bring Nia Jax back for a while. Just bring back a dominant female. And then we have someone to actually give Rhea a run, a factional faction. Man,
I need to see if we'll get there, because I do want to see a strong female. We've talked about this many times in the Bloodline. If it ain't Tamina, and it ain't Tamina.
It's not Tamina at this point.
Who is it to be? Rakata Haka, we are fans. She's on WoW.
Yeah, they could pretend she's in the Bloodline. We believe her.
Well, she's everybody's a cousin on Oos.
That's true.
As far as
when you're from the islands.
As far as the islands go, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how that goes. Well, let me go ahead, and before we get there, let's talk about this right here. We got a triple threat on deck, ladies and gentlemen. Talking about stakes. You do not have to be pinned as champion to lose your title. We have the current reigning, defending heavyweight champion, undisputed champion in Asuka. We have dethroned champion in the EST of WWE, Bianca Belair. And of course, do not forget the pedigree that is Charlotte Flair. Woo! Always coming for the title. It is what it is. Make our peace with it. I know there's been some talk that Asuka in this, which is kind of crazy, she does this character change, finally gets the strap, and yet she's being grossly overlooked, overshadowed by two women that people are just like, let's just get past this and move on with us. I think it's unfair to Asuka. Asuka had, a 900-day run as champion in NXT. We know full good and well what she's capable of. Multi-time champion on the main roster. Who do you have?
You left off one person.
Uh-oh.
And that is Mrs. Money in the Bank, Io Sky. So
snap.
We already got one cash in happening here.
No,
do
you
I
did.
do a second one? So here's the thing. This is the sad part, and I'm gonna upset a lot of you guys. This is another controversial take. Sorry.
Don't apologize.
Look here. They're doing this thing with the Women's Money in the Bank. Every single cash in that we've had has been successful, guys. Every woman that's cashed in has won the championship. So I guess that means Io's gonna do it, right? You already know where this is going. And I hate to say it, I'm gonna be that guy. I think when Io cashes in, she's gonna fail. So, and I think she'll fail because of Bayley. And that will be where we do the ascension and they split up, hopefully split up that group. You know what that group is.
Yes,
Anyways,
finally.
Yes. I just feel like if they do have her cash in, she's just going to take the pin. And I kind of feel like that's the direction they might go in, although I hope they don't. I would love her to cash in and at least get a match with Asuka, then lose that. But we'll see what they do with that one. But she is a wild card, so keep that one in mind. True. In terms of the match, I mean, it has to go to Asuka, right? Like, I can't even speak about the storyline all that much because what storyline? What are we doing here? Like, I just made this post. It was actually right after Raw, and I was just like, where are all these women that we're not seeing on television? And Raw, where's Candice LeRae? Where's Indy Hartwell? You took the NXT championship off of her to bring her up and have her do nothing. Okay. Where's Candice? Where's Katana and Miss Chance? Where's
Tegan Knox out or is she back? Tegan Knox.
Tegan Knox?
She was part of that multi-woman nonsensical tag team thing, but then that's the last we saw of her, if I'm not mistaken.
She's back.
Yeah.
Okay. So
where's Emma?
Yeah.
Where are all these other women?
Emma.
It's the same women over and over and over, and it makes the division look very dry and barren. Yeah. And I feel like it's honestly just taking me out of this feud. And I'm not saying that the matches are going to be good. It's Charlotte. It's Bianca. It's Asuka. This has the potential to be a great match. My issue isn't the match. It's the booking. This goes across the board with AEW as well. The booking of the women's divisions, plural, have been absolute garbage. Garbage because they don't have storylines, because they're not getting TV time. You got 7 hours of television for WWE. That includes NXT. Why is NXT giving them more TV time than both Raw? Explain that to me.
And yet take their titles away.
Then you want to not have them have their titles. Speaking of champions, the NXT tag champs, remember them? You
nope, sure don't. I don't know.
You called them up
seen them?
Just to have them lose the belts and unify the belts. And they, Alba Fire, who that? Isla Dawn, who that? Where'd they go?
Right.
What are we doing with the women's division? I know you guys did an interview with Alundra Blaze, Hall of Famer, who's come out and said that the women don't draw. Now, even though that might be true, that doesn't mean they can't draw. Yeah. I believe they can draw, but the reason they're not drawing is because of terrible booking like this.
Yeah.
And I cannot stress enough how when you have a match like Asuka, Bianca, and Charlotte, this should be a match I'm looking forward to, and I don't.
Yeah.
Honestly, the faster we get past it, the better, because I'm tired of it. So Asuka retains, and we'll see what happens with her and Io. What do you think?
So you're saying the nail in the coffin for Damage Control is, in fact, going to be at SummerSlam?
Hope so. Goodness, please let it be the nail in the coffin.
If Bayley's the one that's going to cause this failed cash in, the next step has got to be a one-on-one match between the two. I
don't want to predict it for SummerSlam. Let's put that one behind. Let's put that in the back burner for right now. But it is a possibility. I'll say that.
Okay. Well, let me give a quick thank you to everybody that has joined us. The numbers are looking strong. Thank you very much. Don't forget to like the video. I hate saying that all the time, but it does legitimately help us content creators be recommended in the YouTube algorithm. Please make sure that you like the video. We appreciate you guys so much. Pretty Richie has a super chat right here. And I want to say a big circle message to you that the lights go out again after the Fiend returns. By God, it's Randy Orton. RKO out of nowhere. RKO on the Fiend.
Oh, no.
I feel like Richie Bailey and Three Diglets are having a conversation.
I have voices in my head. I would love to see Orton come back.
I mean, and you
He's
know,
missed.
He needs to, and I feel like they must be waiting for a big pay-per-view to get that aha moment, you know, because returns are such big parts of pay-per-views, you know, when you feel like you need something. And I think the SummerSlam kind of does need something.
Oh, the Loud family, I think we know who they are. With a big super chat right here. This will come back to you. Big circle message. Love you, A and B. Y'all the goats. Because you already know that Natalia is the boat. Okay?
That's one of our
Don't get it twisted. Thank you very much, Loud family B.
Thank you.
Who do you have in this triple threat? Asuka, Bianca, Charlotte. Go.
Bianca.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Bianca
Well, hang on. I'm sorry. Is she winning or winning both the match and the title?
She is. Oh, you're right.
Because you could win the match by disqualification, or there could be some shenanigans. Is she walking away the winner, or she getting that strap?
Well, Asuka has become such a background in this. I can't imagine they're going to keep it on her, and I don't know that they stripped it from Charlotte to give it to Rhea, just to come and give it to her over here. That might be the case, but Bianca didn't actually legitimately lose her title fair and square. So, she lost it because she cheated and rubbed something in her eyes. And so, it's not like even if she lost this, she would just let it go. And I feel like this whole thing, she's been dominating so much. And ultimately, if she's the champion here, we'll get a one-on-one between her and Rhea at some pay-per-view, right?
I hope so.
Whatever Night of Champions or whatever it is. So I don't want to see anybody more than I want to see her and Rhea, to be honest with you. A second to maybe Rhea and Beth. I still have been waiting for them to go at it. Seriously. But that's, so I'm gonna say Bianca, man.
All right, so you got Bianca to win the title.
To win the title back.
Okay. I gotta disagree with you, homeboy, but I'm gonna agree with my man Alex. Asuka for the win, to retain, and if nothing else, the disrespect. Put some respect on her, and I say respect with a K. Put some respect on her name. The fact that, and we've seen it in the comments too, that there's this air of just overlooking the champion, which is terrible. And I think, as was said in Black Panther, Asuka needs to remind them who she is. Okay.
Well, hopefully she could do it.
And this is what I'm hoping. I think it's going to be a great match. We have 3 excellent competitors all the way around. But I think we do need to see Asuka have a solid win. However, it's either by hook or by crook. If the ref don't see it, is it cheating? Okay. That's all I got to say. She's going to do it. I do also believe that there will be the prime opportunity for a beaten, weathered, just already missed it out Asuka for EO to show up and try to do that cash in. I hate to see it because I love people to kind of hold that briefcase a little longer. I do believe she will try to cash in. I do believe it will be a failed cash in. And I do believe it will also be because of Bayley. Looking forward to that very much. Bianca can move on. Charlotte can move on. Asuka can move on. And we can finally get this damage control thing out of the way with a match down the line. So I'm in agreement over here. Let me see what some people have to say. The Extreme Tate said, the bloodline is over, B. The bloodline is over.
No, I won't accept it.
He done said it. He done sell it. Isabella with a super chat right here. Isabella, what's going on? We appreciate you. Circle message. What's going on with Rhea and Lyra Valkyria?
We don't understand it ourselves. Not quite sure. She kind of seemed like she's recruiting her, but
Alex, do you know what's going on? Have you seen this?
Not really. I don't watch NXT. So what's happening here?
Okay.
Okay, so they've been moonlighting obviously on NXT. For some reason, Rhea has some interest in Lyra Valkyria to the degree of she wants Lyra to prove to her, like, show me what you got against, what is it, JC Jane? Right? So she's like, prove it to me. And then they had a match. She said, how about I prove it to you? We have a one-on-one match. It was a good match. At the end of the match, Rhea picks her up by her face and is holding her by the face like she's a child and says, now prove to me you got what it takes against JC. I'm like, what is this?
Like, why does she need to prove it to you? You don't even go here. So.
And then she's like, I will prove it to you. And I'm like, are you about to be recruited?
Yeah, I don't. That's what it seems like, that she's about to recruit her, but I don't understand.
So it's a weird situation.
For what?
Okay,
I'm not mad at it.
I think Shawn Michaels, again, remember, Shawn Michaels is he's different from the main roster, clearly.
Mm-hmm.
I think he's I'm trying to remember where I've seen that before, because I think I've seen it in many companies before, but essentially Shawn is trying to use Rhea to put over homegirl over here, and I don't know if that was just her way of being like, hey, you hung with me, like when Edge beat Grayson Waller on SmackDown, he said, hey, you swam. That was her way of telling her you swam. So go show JC Jane what's going on. Hey, it is what it is. I suppose I don't really have much to say because I don't watch a lot of NXT to comment on what's happening there, except for whatever I can watch it. So sorry.
Yeah, it's an interesting situation. We'll see where it goes. I have no idea. I'm curious to see what some of the other folks here have to say before I move on.
I do have one question.
2 more to go. What's that?
One question though. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if you guys have been keeping up with the wrestling news. You guys do know that there were 2 matches bumped from this card, right? Because there was supposed to be 2 matches added. One of them was going to be Trish Stratus and Becky Lynch, and that got bumped. It hasn't come out yet, so this is kind of breaking news, but also
breaking news, everybody.
Cool news. Yes.
Okay.
Hey.
So there was a reason why this match got bumped. One of the participants, I won't tell you which one, because Sean Ross Sapp told me to keep it a secret, because he's going to release the news. One of them had a personal thing happen to them, and they can't make it on Saturday. Because originally, last night, the plan was to then do the rematch on SummerSlam. Of course, it's SummerSlam, Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus. Why would they not be on the card? But something personal happened with them, and that's why the match got bumped 2 weeks ahead on Winnipeg. So that's interesting. Honestly, if I'm being real with you, I think the match will be great when it happens. I have not been feeling that feud, and I was just curious to know what were your thoughts on Trish Stratus and, of course, Becky Lynch and their feud going into SummerSlam.
I don't feel like I care. I don't know why, but I just don't feel like I care. Like, it's fine. I don't like. It's not like a Nikki Cross situation. I don't dislike it, but I'm not. Like, if it just went away, I probably wouldn't even notice.
Oh no, it's Becky Lynch and Trish. But I agree.
I know, honestly. But I don't know why. I don't know if I'm not buying it, and I don't know why.
Some people just don't click. You know what I mean? They just don't click sometimes.
Yeah, I mean, it's fine. It's just not anything like y'all see me with like Rhea and Dom and the emotion, and I even feel emotion for the Shayna Baszler match, whatever. I don't feel any emotion about this. I'm wearing her shirt, but that's because our hair matches. But I mean, like, I don't know.
I'm not buying it.
You don't buy it either?
I'm not buying it. I'm a fan of Zoe Stark.
Yeah, me too.
I think she was very good on NXT. I think she needed, at this point, this under the wing with Trish. She needed it from somebody. coming out on her own and just doing her thing wasn't carrying her over all the main roster. When she appeared, it was like crickets in the crowd. Because I think, like you, a lot of people just did not know her from NXT like that. And just her skills alone weren't going to carry it through. So I think they needed this. It seems more than anything, a vehicle for Zoe Stark.
I agree.
Trish Stratus doesn't need this. She doesn't even need to be in the ring. And let's be honest here. She busted her nose. This woman was retired.
Right.
Okay, she had a very comfortable life.
You don't heal the same at this age. You really don't.
Things are not the same for her, as you said, with that. But she still got it to some degree.
Way more than Lita.
But I kind of go back to the well, yes, way more than Lita. Who you seen Lita? Let's be honest. She was a little rough. She needed to go down to the Performance Center, hang with the 19-year-old Cora Jades or whatever, Roxy's. But it brings me back to her feud with Mickie James, and it doesn't feel the same. It feels like we're kind of going on nostalgia.
Yeah.
And I there's a part of me that kind of likes it, but there's also a part of me that doesn't. We need to do better than that. I need to see more than that. Yeah. I need to see something more than just promos. And even with their little matches and stuff that they've had, it just hasn't been stellar. And now the momentum is even dulled that much more because whatever's going on personally with whomever is going on with, there is now no match on the biggest pay-per-view of the summer. And that hurts them. This does not help any of them. This only hurts them. And that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. I just kind of want this to be over at this point.
Yeah.
I hate to say it that way. And it kind of sucks because everybody is good. But like you said, it's just something it's not clicking like it should. And so if it's not, I feel like we're beating a dead horse. And let's just end this already.
Yeah.
And the other one was, what was the one that didn't make it?
The other match, this is probably going to shock you. Well, we already know the reason why for one of them. It was going to be Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens versus DIY, Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano. Now, before Kevin got hurt, the match still wasn't going to happen. But for some reason, Johnny Gargano has not been on TV. Well, have you seen Johnny Gargano? You know what I mean?
Right.
And to me, I go, of all matches to not be on. Someone also said Rhea Ripley and Raquel. I think that one was done on purpose, probably for a good reason. But honestly, DIY versus Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, how do you not?
Yeah.
How do you not do that match? And here's the thing. Johnny isn't hurt. He was hurt in, I think, May, probably to June. He had shoulder injuries or an issue with his shoulder. Everyone's having shoulder injuries. Jesus Christ. But he's back. He was wrestling on Main Event against Omos. I'm going to say that again. Johnny Gargano, Johnny Wrestling, was wrestling on Main Event against Omos.
I'm sorry, when was this?
Monday.
Oh, Main Event. So we're talking about we're talking Johnny Wrestling facing the man that faced was it Brock Lesnar? Was it Brock Lesnar?
And you put him against Johnny. I don't.
What?
And y'all want to tell me Vince McMahon has no impact on Raw? Okay.
This is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. So long as Vince McMahon is in charge and has his hands and is doing the puppet master thing, no matter how much we want, no matter how much we think, if he says this person is not getting the push, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen. And that's what's so frustrating for me. We said it so many times when you have so many people who've been called up from NXT that were, like you said, were champions on NXT, now have essentially disappeared. That people that were called back after being fired have disappeared. It just doesn't make any sense to me why you have these decent wrestlers, these good wrestlers, these excellent wrestlers, and everything in between on the shelf.
I have a question. Do you guys think, honestly, that at this point, Johnny Gargano regrets coming back and to sign with WWE instead of joining Adam Cole over there?
Adam Cole, baby!
Baby. I will say this. He ain't the only one, if that's the case.
Right.
Mhm.
A lot of people came back thinking Triple H is in charge. We good.
Yep.
We
Yep.
are safe. We are WWE lifers. We are protected because he ain't back. And then when he walked back in, they all went, well, shit.
Except for the Fiend, who just went out the back door.
I mean, how could they? This is what I'm saying. How could they not? It's you were fired, and the new under new management banner went up, and we all breathed a collective sigh of fresh air. It was lovely, and then things changed again.
We woke up.
And the mood changed.
Mhm.
It's really unfortunate. And then, like you said, the people that he wants to see, the people that he feels that he made will get that push. But then again, if I'm not mistaken, his boy Austin Theory, he's the United States champion. When you are finally in a position to have a strap, you've made it. What happened to his push?
It's
Legitimate push.
It's going.
He beat John Cena at WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
Let me say that again.
Please do.
He beat
Mm-hmm.
John Cena
Uh-huh.
at WrestleMania. How many people do
That's
you
what I
know get to
heard.
say that?
And still, here it is. What is this? May, June, July, August, 4 months later, just barely 4 months later, we are literally saying, you seen Austin Theory?
Right.
Triple H
That's crazy.
spent months giving relevance to that U.S. belt. Even gave it an elimination chamber. Had a cash in for it. They've done literally everything except move heaven and earth. Honestly, I take that back. They've moved heaven and earth to get Austin Theory over. Sometimes you just don't got it, kid. John Cena said it. John Cena said, hey, you either gonna have it after you beat me or you not. And everyone's gonna see it. Well, we all see it.
Yep. And he torched. It's a shame that it's a shame that you torch somebody with a promo, but then that promo was 100% legit. Like it just was absolutely real. It came to fruition. What I said was going to happen, and that kind of sucks. And I know that hurts for Austin. I know it hurts a little bit, and I hate to see anybody
He'll recover.
get pushed back. I'm sure people are happy. I'm a WWE superstar. I'm getting paid to sit at home. I don't know. People like Johnny Gargano, you don't have a moniker like Johnny Wrestling because you want to sit at home on the shelf. You know what I'm saying? These people are wrestlers. There are some people who got into it for the wrong reasons that want to be a brand, but a lot of these people want to be wrestlers. And that's one of the reasons why I think Trinity was so happy at Impact. She just wanted to get over there and do her thing. Even Mia Yim, who had said when she was in Impact, before she came back here, said, like, I don't want to deal with the politics and the BS. I just want to wrestle. That's all I want to do is wrestle. How much have we seen her wrestle? You know what I mean? Like it's just when AJ Styles was hurt, they all disappeared. Why?
Yeah, that was stupid.
They're perfectly capable.
Mm-hmm.
It tears me apart.
Yeah.
It tears me apart. We got a super chat right here. Want to go ahead and mention to Pretty Richie.
Thank you, Pretty
Yes, sir.
Richie.
Pretty Richie. Circle message. Feel like there's been a problem with the women booking for over 30 years.
Mm.
There's moments in
Preach.
time, but that's about it. You ain't
Wow.
lying. You ain't lying. It's 2023. I'm not going to get on my soapbox, but I cannot understand why we are still talking about the women's division. We'll talk about this in another time, but it's a real shame that they're still fighting for scraps and are saying, oh, we're lucky to get what we get. Because I got to be honest with you, for some of us who are of a certain hue, again, I'm not going to play that card, but for years, for in this country, we got scraps. And we were like thankful for the scraps. Even in pro wrestling. How many superstars were the WWE champion of a certain hue? I'm just saying. I understand we make moments and we make strides, but the fact that you have to say it at this stage in the game to say you're lucky to get scraps, I think that's a shame. I think that's a shame.
Low
All right.
down, dirty shame.
We got 2 more. Then that's it. We're going to wrap. We're going to wrap. We have no idea what this battle. I'm gonna put it up here. I don't even know. Alex, do we even know how many people are going to be in this?
Yes, they said it's 20 men. 20 men.
20-man battle royal.
Yeah.
What is the point? Is
To
there
give LA Knight
a trophy at the end?
LA Knight a victory because they haven't given it to him any other time when they wanted him to and they thought he would. So they're like, here, like they did with Andre, their giant thing with Bobby Lashley. Maybe they're like,
So
here, give
like
LA Knight a moment for people to clap.
So this is like basically a consolation prize, like you made it on the card.
Yeah, we're not going to give you a belt, but here's a battle royal on a SummerSlam.
Alex, your thoughts on that?
This is WWE's way of telling the audience, hey, we hear you, okay? Fine. I know that you guys want us to give him the U.S. belt. We can't do that, but we'll compromise. We'll put him on the card in a battle royal, and then we'll do an advertisement for it and make some money off of it too. So we all win, right? LA Knight, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh God.
So is the momentum going to shift? Because we don't know everybody that's on the card. You did mention Shinsuke. We see a big change in his character right about now.
Yeah.
Do you think this is the vehicle for LA Knight?
I think that's the only reason this battle royal exists.
Mm.
Period. Now, look, I don't know what these corporate suits think. I'm not into creative meetings. There is no creative meetings. It's all Vince. It's all in Vince's head. And no one knows what's going on in Vince's head except, well, not even Vince. But who cares? The whole thing is, how do you not look at LA Knight, see the fact that he's a top merchandise seller, open your ears, see him go out there, get literally one of the biggest pops out of anybody. It's starting to rival Cody. It's starting to rival Seth. It might even start to rival Roman. Tell me when I'm telling lies. When you have a guy who is just over, you just do not have him skip SummerSlam. Do not have him in the storyline. You make sure he is featured. But the problem is LA Knight made the cardinal sin of getting over without permission, getting over without the certification of a certain Vincent Kennedy McMahon. God damn it!
I didn't make that guy. I didn't make that guy.
How dare you get over without my approval?
No, not at all.
But that's a shame because this guy is a lightning in a bottle. And what does history tell you with lightning in bottles with WWE? They never capitalize on them when they should. They always wait until much later to go, fine, here's his run. Now, there are some times where that's okay.
Yeah.
You know, but with LA Knight, times are ticking. Homeboy's 40.
Yeah.
Right.
He ain't getting no younger. This isn't like a Roman Reigns who's like 36, maybe. I don't know. Like he's got a very short window for you to push him. And I'm getting kind of worried that if they wait too long, because I'm hearing they're gonna push him. I'm seeing reports. I'm talking to people. They're all saying the push is coming. Triple H said, "Good things come to those who wait." Fine, I'll wait, but don't have me wait too long, because he ain't winning the Royal Rumble. We all know who's winning that. I don't see him really main eventing WrestleMania right now. So whatever push he gets, it better be worth a damn. And let me tell you something. This Slim Jim Battle Royal, he's going to win it. He has to. Because if he doesn't, it's just going to affirm everything we've been saying about WWE. They don't push people that get over. So he has to win. Doesn't matter about anybody else. I just feel like, why are you always throwing bones? Don't throw bumps. If he's over, he's making you money. Fans want to pay to see him. They're coming to see you, selling out your arenas. Everyone wants to say we're selling out arenas. If he's part of the reason, push him.
Right.
Period. That's just good business 101.
Exactly.
That's all I gotta say.
I saw a comment in here, something about Cora Jade possibly leaving NXT. I hope that is not the case. She's good. She's gotten better.
No way.
She still needs a little bit of this is a steak that's on the grill that needs to get flipped a couple of times, a little more seasoning. She ain't ready for that main roster
but she's
yet.
dating Bronson Reed anyway. Not Bronson Reed.
You keep Bronson Reed. You breaking up this.
I keep saying that.
Oh man! Breaking news: Cora Jade and Bronson Reed.
What's his name? Braun Breaker. She's dating Braun Breaker. They're all on the same show. They're coming up together. They turned heel at the same time. She's working out. She's putting some meat on her. Her talent is improving. Ain't no way she's leaving. Anyway,
I don't think so.
I don't think that's a proper
I think it's going to depend on who all is in this battle royal. It seems like the perfect vehicle for LA Knight to win, but like you said, a couple things that stand out. One, they don't capitalize on people when they should. They delay. And if the biggest delay that I've seen thus far has been Cody Rhodes, I don't know why they would do LA Knight any different. I really don't. Maybe they got something else in mind. I need to see who all is in it before I can comment on it. But based on what you said, who's in it right now, I'd almost think that Shinsuke would be the one to win it.
What?
He's
because he's turning heel.
They've changed him. They've turned him. And he is playing dirty right now. Okay, the dirtiest player in the game, some way, somehow, usually.
I think Bronson Reed and Tommaso will both be in the match and to make sure that doesn't happen.
Could be. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the culmination here of this SummerSlam 2023 prediction show. I think you know what time it is. Without further delay, let's get into this. Right here.
Now.
This is what y'all came to see. Come on now. Put up your ones. Because Roman Reigns and Jey Uso are in your city. The tribal chief with the wise man by his side and Solo Sikoa bringing up flank. Taking it to main event, Jey Uso. This story is 3+ years in the making. Still one of our highest viewed videos. I think it might be our second highest viewed video. Their Hell in a Cell match. And here we are one more again. I gotta ask the question. Is main event Jey Uso about to take not only the chiefdom, but the undisputed heavyweight championship? Just Alyx, the floor is yours. People, drop it in the comment.
Wouldn't that be something? Like, let's play on that for a minute. Let's play on that. The guy that everyone said was that other Uso. Because everyone knew who Jimmy was for the longest time. Because, he was married to Naomi and also Total Divas and all this stuff. But he was always that other Uso. And these last 3 years have been some of the best performances that I have seen from him, from any Samoan wrestler, inside the ring, on the microphone, as a character and a storyline, from his stuff with Sammy to the stuff with him and Roman to the stuff with him and Jimmy. It has been a hell of a roller coaster. And I'll be the first one to say it. If Jey does end the reign, if Jey beats Roman, which is a possibility, everyone's saying Roman ain't dropping the belt to WrestleMania. Jey ending the reign would probably make the most sense out of anybody else that could end it. Because the reign started with Jey. So if we're writing the perfect storyline, the perfect chapter to close this book off, Jey ending it would be the right way to go about it. And he does it 3 years after Roman came back. Like, you can't write a perfect ending to the reign better than that.
Right.
I do not think that's going to happen. I think, and what a way to to celebrate it with 3 Diglets doing his big super chat there. Jesus.
I just saw that.
I think Roman is going to carry that belt. If not till Payback, at the very latest till WrestleMania. And I think they're going to have him really, really stretch this out. And I don't know how they're going to do it. I have no clue where you go. If Roman beats Jay and he's gone, because if he loses, by the way, the stipulation is tribal combat. Jay loses, he's out of the Samoan dynasty. That's it. He's out of the Samoan family. I don't know where you go from there. Yeah. And then it's just him and Solo for another 8 months until Solo turns on him at WrestleMania or whenever. It's prediction. Spoiler alert. But I can't even imagine what they're going to do. All I know is Roman is still the guy. Roman is still the face until otherwise. And I would love for Jay to beat him, but the reason why I'm picking Roman is the same reason I picked Roman at WrestleMania. Is Jay the person that can be the face of WWE? If the answer to that question is, I don't know, that's a no.
Yeah.
And right now, I don't know. So I guess we can't go with him. So as much as I think it'd be great for storyline, I don't think it's happening. Roman retains. What do y'all think?
I think I'm going to get to these super chats in just a minute because I want to catch up a little bit. You make some interesting points. I'm going to have B have the floor laid on the people.
The people.
The people want to know. People power.
Totally agree with you once again. We are just right here. So here's the thing, yo. Would it make sense for Jay to bring this full circle? Of course it would, right? And everybody wants their happy ending, but the reality is that then what? Yeah. Because Jay doesn't have the same presence of tribal chiefdom, the wise man, the like Solo, there's a whole, like the theme, the respect it gets when everyone stands up the minute you hear that music. I'm not saying people don't go crazy for Jey Uso's music, the like, and your brother's gone. It's just going to be you. I see him losing, but then I see it being like a really close thing, like a whatever, like, oh my gosh, maybe even some interference from Solo and Wise Man to cause him to lose. But who comes out to his defense when stuff gets crazy after the match is Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
And then because Kevin Owens is out, what if they put the titles on the two of them, which is what we had been talking about, all coming full circle? Because that's a full circle. So they don't give him that belt, but they give him back the gold with Sami. I think people would love to see that.
People would love to see it. I think we kind of missed the boat a little bit because there was some opportunity for Sami to have it. Matter of fact, it would have been the perfect time. Once Jay pinned Roman Reigns, Sami should have been there to hug it out.
Yeah.
Because he was a big part of this. The whole fracture started with him hitting him over the back with that chair. Okay? So if I'm going to give my prediction, I think we got it framed right here. Don't ask why it's framed. Okay. Well, that's why it's framed. My picture ain't framed up in here. Yes, it is. But
not true. I got both my babies framed. I mean,
okay, this prediction show is over. Let me talk to you, woman. Good joke.
Go ahead. People are listening.
Has Jey Uso held a singles title during his time in WWE? Shh. That's a no from Bone Crusher.
Right?
That's a no.
Nope.
No way. No way is his first title going to be the title.
Yeah. Oh.
There's no way. And my man is a capable wrestler. He's a capable co-champion with his brother. And this whole thing is coming full circle. Here's the deal. He done already pinned Roman Reigns. I do not think we're going to see that again.
I agree.
Because we saw it.
Yeah.
And we saw it in a way I don't think we really needed to see it.
Stop it.
Let me rephrase that. We saw it in a way that we probably shouldn't have seen it, but it was the way that they meant for it to be, because he is not the guy that's going to beat him for the title. So they did it in a way to say, okay, we got that satisfaction. You pinned him, that which you got beat down by 3 years ago. You got that pin, you got that win. This ain't happening at SummerSlam. Jimmy's been missing. Jimmy coming back. My prediction is Jimmy's coming back. My prediction also, Jimmy will be the reason that Jay loses.
Oh, stop it.
I am not saying that he's turning on his brother. All I'm saying, Jimmy will be the reason that Jay loses. Ring the bell and still. You heard it here first.
You just broke up the Usos, dude.
You heard it here first.
No.
You didn't just do that. You broke up the Usos?
I'm not saying they're breaking up either.
I feel
All I'm
like
saying is he's the
pouring
reason.
Salt in our wound is what he's doing right now.
The thing
He's
is,
a cruel bird, dude.
the whole I said this before. I still will hold to they pull the trigger too soon on the bloodline breaking up. Because this they could have stayed intact up until this point. Legitimately, they could have. They could. You could still get that tension. They could have. They can't stay together forever. I just feel like things have happened prematurely in such a way that you have. I mean, think about this. You had a one-on-one match with Roman and Jay, where the only reason he lost is his brother came in, threw in the towel. Now, bless you. Now you have a situation where you have this whole bloodline been running things. They've been the face of the WWE for the last 3 years, with Roman as the head of that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
You had a tag team match. No title on the line. And you have Jay be the one to pin Roman in a tag team match. So you got the win, you got the pin, but you didn't beat him in a singles match because you're not that guy. Mm-hmm. We love you. Crowd loves you. Usos in your city, all that jazz.
And all that jazz.
But let's be honest. Could Jay Uso have been the face to run the place over the last 3 years? Nope. No.
Right.
Because he ain't ruthless like that. This man turned into a savage. Jimmy will be the reason Jay loses, and Roman will retain and move on.
Wow.
You heard it here first, folks. Because he's been gone. Have we heard any reports of Jimmy being legitimately injured?
No, he's not hurt.
No, he's not. Love the way they carried him out. Loved it. Loved it. A vengeful Jimmy returns. Not at the top of the match, mind you.
Right.
He ain't coming out with Jay. We need Jay to be on an island all by himself with the weight of, Roman and whatnot coming at him. And then at some point, just like they did before, here comes Jimmy. Now, they already did the towel thing with Chase U. They just did it with Thea Hale. There will not be a towel thrown in.
Right.
But he will be the cause of his brother losing to Roman Reigns.
Jeez.
And there is some more animosity. So that'll have its own thing. Roman will continue on over here. What will happen with Roman down the line? Who will he face for the title? I don't know.
Before we move on to close things out, we got to mention one more thing. It is a big rumor. and I gotta get your opinion. There is talks that Bray Wyatt is gonna make an appearance. Is he the next in line to fight Roman? Because history has shown us they've had a rivalry going back to 2015.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, when Roman returned, he returned on him and Braun.
Exactly. Roman took the belt from The Fiend. So this history has been going on for a while. Is that the guy that Bray Wyatt returns to? Or here's another one. Does Bray return to face Cody after SummerSlam leading into WrestleMania? Those are two legit feuds.
Nothing to do.
Seriously. What do y'all think about that?
Well, let me ask you this question before y'all answer. Which Bray are we talking about?
Well, I mean, that remains to be seen. How could we possibly know that?
That's what I'm saying. Which Bray are we talking about? Are we talking about we doing the Uncle Howdy shenanigans Bray? Or are we talking not necessarily Swamp Bray? Which Bray is showing up?
I don't think that they would bring Uncle Howdy back right away. I think they would bring back Bray in whatever form that looks like. And they would want to be able to tease the Fiend and or Uncle Howdy down the future, make it seem like it's not coming. And then when it's not coming, let it show up and it's almost like a double return. It's almost like Bray is one return, Uncle Howdy's another turn, and Fiend is another return. So I think that if they really got him coming back, it would be smart to let all three of them return separately.
Right.
Because they'll get that big reaction from each one.
If it's true and Bray does return,
I could see him being next for Roman, though. Who else is next for Roman? Roman goes on to what? You said Roman goes on from here to what? If Cody's at WrestleMania or whatever, what's he going on to?
Then that kind of alters my prediction because we need to show the momentum shift has to be a certain way.
Okay.
So what this basically means is because typically what happens after Roman wins, the crew starts making their way up the ramp. And then the show ends because he usually closes the show. I see the Usos remaining in the ring right now I see the Usos remaining in the ring talking about whatever they're talking about. Roman and company going up the ramp. Show ends. If this is Bray coming back, putting Roman on notice, it can't end that way because you can't have Bray coming out from the top of the ramp. That just looks weird. You can't have the Usos in the ring and then the lights go out and he shows up unless the Usos are going to quickly get out of it. Because then you just swept the Usos and you swept their whole story about how this match ended away, which I don't like. I don't know how that gets introduced.
Well, what if at the end of it, Roman does beat Jay and Jay is in the ring passed out, lights go out, you see a little bit of the light, the red light, right? Fiend or a hand comes out and takes Jay into the mat. We don't even see who actually did it. And Roman is like, that's still his cousin, just got sucked into the ring by something. You know what I mean? Like, that would be an interesting way.
I would like to see, because with the clues that they were doing in the rabbit and all that, that's something the WWE had never really done before.
Right.
And it was really enjoyable. And that's, people getting the QR codes and all that. I would like to see that hint and not actually see Bray.
Because
I think we all know who it is.
The ring, but we would all be talking about it.
And then we see him on Smackdown when we have him in the ring celebrating, I'm the tribal chief. I'm the man. I racked him. I stacked him.
What if Jay is now with the Fiend? Dun, dun, dun.
I don't know about that. Or he is Uncle Howdy. Dun, dun. I would like to see that. But I would if he does come back. But again, it's a McMahon thing. It's a McMahon thing. His character changed once McMahon came back. It was a hard pivot from what it was to what it ended before he left because of McMahon. McMahon is still here. Have they mended fences? I don't know. That's for me. That's the biggest question because there's bad blood there, man. There's bad blood, and I don't know if he wants to get involved with the bloodline. If he feels like his character is still going to be done dirty by McMahon.
Yeah.
So I'm not holding my breath, but I think it'd be kind of cool. It'd be kind of cool. You know, we'll see.
We've been hearing rumors about him for a really long time. Most people know. I always say I actually don't want to know. The element of surprise is part of the beauty of it for me. So I would rather not believe the rumors, so I won't be disappointed. And then if he does come back, I get that general, like genuine, like, oh my gosh moment, which is an awesome moment. But I'm tired of believing the rumors, thinking Mina's coming back. You know, I just kept hearing rumors about who was coming back, and then they never come back, and then the rumor just goes away. We did that with Sasha and Naomi forever, and you know what I mean? Like, so I feel like, to me, I'm not gonna buy it unless I see that man in a ring. I just am not. But if they brought him back, that would be Roman's next feud because I can't even imagine who else it could be.
But it is the biggest pay-per-view of the summer.
Unless it's Bobby.
I expect them to pull out the stops.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for the most part, the matches will just end, you know, however they end. I don't know about all the surprises. That seems like, and surprises as in somebody coming back a return. You know, I think that would be a good way to get people talking about SummerSlam and moving on into the rest of the year. If we can get the Fiend back in here somehow, because at the end of this, once Roman does finally beat Jay again and kind of puts this to rest, it begs the question, who next? You know? I guess Bray Wyatt would be the guy. I guess he'd be the guy. You know, this has been interesting. I want to read. We have a lot of comments, and I apologize to everybody for not being able to get to it because in a prediction show we run it a little different. But I do have to acknowledge the super chats. Let me just power through that right quick, and then I want to say my good nights. But the Pretty Richie right here. That big super chat, sir. Circle message. Vince only got respect for Roman, his money, and his grapefruits. Oh, snap. You put it to the grapefruits.
Well,
that's it. Rest of the other talent can go screw off, in his opinion. Shaking my effing head. I mean, Alex said it too. If you're not a Vince-made man, let's keep in mind, they bastardized NXT. And the titles, the heavyweight titles, still have rainbow colors in them. I don't know why. It ain't a rainbow show anymore. But yet there's still rainbow titles. I don't get it. Pretty Richie, thank you for that Richie. Super chat. We got a $10 super chat right here by 3 Diglets. Thank you very much, 3 Diglets. The WWE is stacked. Not everyone can get a push. There must be losers, lahoo, zahers, and winners. And wrestling skills alone won't get you through the door. Facts.
Yep.
You must win the people over. Thank you.
Yep, that's absolutely true.
Anybody that's been to a live wrestling show knows it is so much different than watching it on TV. It is just you, your opponent, that ring, and this crowd. And you have to illustrate everything with your body. It is not easy. It's not, especially if the crowd is dead.
Yeah.
To try to win them into either booing or cheering for you is not easy. Not everybody is going to get over.
Right.
So I totally get it. 3 Diglets, thank you very much.
Thank you
for that super chat. I know there were a couple more that I want to get to, and then we're going to say our goodnights. We're going to get him out of here because it is late where he is.
Mm-hmm.
It is late, and I appreciate you staying up.
Got you up past your bedtime.
We're going to come into yours. I know you're doing I'm trying to get to that. Just Alyx, tell us, you have a prediction show of your own coming up, do you not, sir?
Yes, I do. I have one coming up in 2 days on Thursday, 4 p.m. Central, 4:30 p.m. actually. Okay. And I will be bringing in very special guest who goes by We Are Pro Wrestling. He is a wrestling historian who has a video reviewing retro WWE stuff. And he has a lot to talk about when it comes to SummerSlam because he will be there live. And so his perspective is going to be a lot more interesting. You know what I mean?
Ooh, so We Are Pro Wrestling. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Oh, very nice. Oh, wait a minute. Zay over here talks about, imagine R-Truth returning and winning the Slim Jim Battle Royal. Ooh, yeah! Dig it!
Don't do that.
I mean, only if the prize is the 24/7 title, because I don't even really, I want him to come back and somehow bring that title back with him. He need his baby. Anyway.
He wants his baby back. We miss our R-Truth as well. Super chat right here by Something. Yes, sir, Something. We appreciate you. Circle message. Maybe LA Knight hasn't struggled enough. Ooh.
Wow.
Interesting. I mean, he's been in this game for a long time.
Yeah, he didn't just wake up 39 and go, you know what, I think I want to try wrestling now. And I think that it's absolutely like, y'all seen that movie, that movie, Just Alyx, where that background game, like it's a video game and like you could go in there, but there was one background player named Guy who decided that he didn't realize he was part of a video game. So he decided he was going to try to be a hero, and like they had to kind of tell him, like, you're actually not real. You're a part of this program. And he, like, everyone started rooting for him. And the creators of the game were like, no way, I'm going to kill this game. How Vince is. It's the same thing. If he sees you as a background player, that's all you're going to be. It doesn't matter if you get over. It doesn't matter if you have good matches. It doesn't matter. Like you said, it's Vince is like, I didn't make you. So you're in the background until I say otherwise. And it's just such a disservice to everybody else. So I think that just because he's only come up from NXT recently, I mean, and that doesn't mean that he hasn't paid his dues,
Do you think he struggled enough?
If he's been wrestling for over 10 years, I think he's paid his dues. Okay.
If nothing else, which we didn't even realize at the time, he was in that, some of you might have seen that clip where Triple H was doing the workout video in the Performance Center.
I did see that. Yeah.
If nothing else, he's paid his dues with that video alone. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Something. Thank you for that super chat. I want to make sure I acknowledge. There's a couple more that I want to get to for sure. The biggest single super chat of the night. Ridiculous.
Woo!
Come on now.
Ridiculous.
Thank you so much, Ridiculous. Big circle message. Jay wins. Weeks pass. Roman loses his damn mind. 3 weeks later, we hear Sierra Hotel India Echo Lima Shelter deal. Delta Shield. Roman forms Shield 2.0, where it's him as a crazed and obsessed leader with 10 masked men dressed in Shield gear, kind of like Retribution without the lame masks.
I don't know about 10. That's a lot.
Wow.
That's a lot.
So we're seeing that, is he going to have like the crazy hair? Is the beard is going to be the COVID beard? That's kind of wild. Jay
like
wins.
A hybrid?
I mean, if Jay actually did win, I can see, because I love it when Roman's in the ring and he's just all, he's just, I can't, what's going on? He's talking to the ancestors. I love it when he does lose his mind. I will admit. I'm not sure if this is going to be the case or not. And I did have kind of Retribution vibes when you were saying that. One thing I do hope for, and the thing about pro wrestling, we've said this before, it's about the pageantry of it. That's one thing WWE loves to do. Vince loves to do. We had a freaking Viking ship, for crying out loud. Tribal combat, I'm hoping, kind of like they did with Jinder Mahal, when they had the Punjabi prison match.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really like them playing into. If you're really going with the culture, play into the culture. You know, we had the VIP lounge with MVP, but we have not had a single prop, not one, with this whole bloodline thing. I think we had Alpha and Sika out maybe once.
Right. And then we have his necklace. But like really, like you said, they keep going on this island tribal thing. And with this match, if they don't do anything tribal at all to this ring, that wouldn't even
I'm saying something tribal.
sense.
I want the weight. I want to see bloodline members come out. We've said this before. Bring out Alpha and Sika. Bring out Rikishi. Bring out the other brothers. Bring some people out.
Rikishi is desperately needed in this
There
situation.
has to be a little more weight to this. If you're talking about a shift in power, now's the time. I don't know. I don't think they'll do it, but I would love it.
But Shield, man, like just the idea of just bringing some men behind him in the Shield gear, like it kind of. I mean, what's Seth Rollins? Where's he gonna? I don't know. Like, you can't bring a Shield 2.0 without Seth. I thought he was the architect.
I don't know. Pretty
Shield.
Richie's got a super chat right here. Yes, sir. Pretty Richie.
Yes,
Circle
thank you.
message. The main event is a hard pick. It's like asking me if I want a delicious pepperoni pizza or a good Caesar salad. Of course, I want the pizza, but the salad is better for me. I got Roman, but want Jay. I'm not mad at that analogy.
I'm not mad at it either. I love me a Caesar salad.
I'm not mad at that analogy, but Just Alyx, right now, do you feel like it's going to be pizza, no bread, no water, just a meat pizza? Or this is going to be a Caesar salad?
Well, I'm assuming Roman is the Caesar salad, so we're gonna be healthy. We're gonna eat healthy this weekend. How about
We're
that?
going to eat healthy this weekend. I can appreciate that. I think that was it for the super chats, if I'm not mistaken.
That's it. I think
that's it.
I believe so.
Folks, again, my apologies. This was not your normal live. I couldn't get to all the comments, but definitely had to acknowledge the super chats. I do want to acknowledge every single person that popped in here and showed some love. The Mod Squad, the super chatters, to our still reigning defending super chat champion, Three Dicklets, which this title will be defended at SummerSlam. Pretty much Three Dicklets, and whoever else wants a piece of it. You want some? Come get some. I had to do it. Seriously, you guys are awesome for sharing your time with us. We know there are a lot of people in this space doing a lot of things. Our friend of the channel, Just Alyx, as he said, will be doing his own on his channel, Alex's World, a SummerSlam 2023 prediction show. Check that out. He'll also have a SummerSlam review. We will be doing a live watch along, although like we said yesterday, we may be slightly late.
Just a little bit.
Because we do have a very close friend of the family. He's getting married, and it's not like you get married every day.
But if y'all come in at 5 and we're not here yet, talk amongst yourselves. We'll be in there.
Yeah, so we're going to do our best to get in here at 5. Might be just past that, but either way, come back for some more A and B combos. Wrestling Edition. We want to give special thanks to Just Alyx for sharing his time with us of Alex's World, a safe space for wrestling fans like you and like us. Thank you, Just Alyx.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
Look at all that love up in there. This is what I'm talking about. We got the heart emojis. Man, come on now. Bone Crusher, where you at? You want to say goodbye? Nah? Forget you then. All right, then. All right, folks. We love you. We appreciate you. And we will, in honor of Piper Niven, because I like to do it that way, we bid you
I do.
good night, everybody.